Welcome back to the BAYUEMAS Oval, ladies and gentlemen, and a very, very good morning for the final day of action here for the ACC Women's Premier Cup. It's the third place playoff where two sides that faced heartbreak in yesterday's semi-finals returned to the middle to battle for pride and a podium finish. It's Indonesia taking on Hong Kong, China to decide who finishes third and who takes fourth in this brilliant tournament. Both teams want to finish their campaign on a high. The sun is out and the captains are down in the middle with Shahidur for the toss. Let's head down to the pitch.
A very good morning. This is the match for the third place payoff, and we have two teams who have entertained us with some wonderful cricket. They fell short of the final, but it's going to be a good game to watch. It's all about who's going to finish strongly. So I have the two skippers here, Ananda from Indonesia and Natasha Miles from Hong Kong, China, alongside our match referee, Supriya Das. So it's time for the flip of the coin. Nanda, please have a flip.
Heads is the call.
Heads is the call. Natasha, your decision?
We're going to have a bat first.
Any specific reasons for that?
I think we've been pretty comfortable throughout the tournament batting first. I think, the wicket's a nice wicket here at BAYUEMAS always. So see if we can put some runs on the board and put them under pressure.
And you came in with a lot of promise with a young side. I know you have experienced players, but the youngsters, they put up a show as well. So anything on your youngsters?
Yeah, they've just grown from strength to strength throughout the tournament. It's been great to see how they've developed, and we've put on, a pretty good performance through the whole series. So looking forward to do one last one before we head home.
And how proud are you as a team leader?
Yeah, super proud. Can't ask for any more of the team. They've done superb.
Wonderful. Good luck.
Thank you.
So Nanda, happy with the decision, or you would have liked something different?
Yeah, I'm very happy with that decision. Actually, our plan is batting first, but it's bowling first. We are ready under 100%.
Okay, and you have qualified for the Asia Cup for the first time. Proud moment for you?
Yeah, it's of course our time, our first time in the Asia Cup. Is we are really proud, and this is our moment to keep our momentum high.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
So the news from out here, Hong Kong, China have won the toss and they will bat first.
Well, the news from the center is that Hong Kong, China won the toss and had no hesitation to bat first. And to discuss this and the playing 11s in the commentary box with me, I'd like to welcome Mr. Dennis Musali. Very good morning, Dennis.
Good morning, Adish. Very, very lovely morning, but very difficult to separate these two teams because if you look at the playing 11s, Putunandu leading Indonesia, she's been brilliant throughout the whole tournament. Ni Kadek again, Rani, Li Nuta Ketu, Ni Madi, Ramwati, Desi, and Sisi Salisi, and Li Wai are some of the players taking the field for Indonesia.
And for Hong Kong, China, they will be led by the brilliant Natasha Miles, who wasn't very happy yesterday with how the top three performed. And that's where all the attention will be when they come out to bat. It's Yasmin Daswani, Natasha Miles, who will be in the center of attention. The fielders are out there. The umpires are in the middle. Dennis, this is very much a consolation game, but whoever finishes this will be very happy with how they performed in a very short tournament.
Yeah, certainly this is a curtain raiser for what is coming up in the afternoon. Both teams, very difficult as a coach to motivate either of the sides. Both of them, remember, have already qualified for the Asia Cup. So sometimes it is difficult to get the girls up in the morning and just try to get them motivated for the game. But Hong Kong have certainly mentioned to me that for them, it is a case of pride. If they finish third, it will be a very big achievement for them in this particular tournament. So they are not taking anything very lightly, and they're going to go out there and give their very best.
Well, the batters are also out there in the middle. It looks like it's the captain and one of the more senior pros, Mariko Hill, who's been fantastic for Hong Kong, China this tournament. The mistakes that they made yesterday, they would really like to correct them, try to finish this tournament on a high, both the sides.
Yeah, very low scoring semi-finals yesterday, and both teams were guilty because they batted first. But Natasha Miles, the captain for Hong Kong, China, will take first strike against Tori, who has also been very impressive with the new ball for Indonesia.
Putri Suwandewi with the new ball for Indonesia. Right arm quick. Oh, that's a full toss. The ball was moving in.
Yeah, I'm surprised she has a very short run up today. She's usually coming from quite a distance, and she's been amazing. Probably at the back end, she has run her legs off.
Oh, the ball moving back in, and that's a wicket. Two back-to-back failures for the captain. Natasha Miles has to depart, and a dream start for Indonesia.
Yeah, early breakthrough for Team Indonesia. And like we've mentioned, who's been the person who's been the aggressor for them up front, picking up early wickets. Tori with the breakthrough for Team Indonesia. And she gets rid of the captain without any runs on the board. Hong Kong already pegged back. They're 0 for 1.
She's been moving the ball in. We saw that the first delivery as well. This time she was spot on with her length. She hit the block hole and just rattled timber.
Unplayable delivery. I think it could have gotten any batter in the world. So sometimes you have to feel for the batter, Natasha Miles. She could do no wrong. And Tori did everything right in that delivery.
Demons from yesterday haunt Hong Kong, China, continue to haunt Hong Kong, China today as well. They were in a spot of bother. Early wickets fell yesterday. And they were the biggest fish that were back in the hut before you knew it. New batter in. Another very, very good start. Right on the money. Yasmin Daswani, the highest run scorer.
Yeah, Yasmin Daswani has been the crisis batter for Hong Kong, China throughout the whole tournament. And you feel that yesterday when she got run out, I think it was sort of curtains for them because she always plays the rescuing innings for them. Let's see if she can be able to play another today.
Oh, that shot that's pulled away over the fielder at short square leg. She will get off the mark with that single.
Yeah, that was struck very, very powerfully by Yasmin Daswani. Picked up the length very, very early. She hit with a lot of power. In this situation, I think the fielder saved 3 runs rather than put down a chance.
Well, she was very disappointed yesterday after that run out. She was fuming when she walked back. Ball still moving in, takes the inside edge and races away to the boundary. Does it stop? No, it doesn't. That'll be boundary number 1 for Yasmin Daswani.
Yeah, Nimed still in the business of the batters. This time the ball getting the inside edge of Mariko Hill and races to the boundary. That's a challenge for her, that the ball moves too much and a lot of times she's trying to target middle and leg stump. So a lot of times it is going to drift away. Either it's going to be a wide or dip too much into the batters.
Ball coming in again, another wicket. Very, very similar to how she got the skipper.
Unfortunately for her, there will be no celebrations because the umpires called for no ball. I think Mariko Hill will breathe a sigh of relief because she was beaten all hands up. See that in the replay again. Beautiful in swinger. But the umpire called for no ball immediately. Took out leg stump.
How unfortunate. It'll be a free hit to add insult to injury. 2 deliveries. very similar, hitting timber. How often do you see that?
But I think she's laid out a marker now to the batters. They'll be worried about that in-swinger.
Oh, beautifully bowled again. The free hit not being costly at all. After over number 1, a very successful one for Indonesia. Hong Kong are 6 for 1. All sorts of things happened in that first over. We've seen a wicket off a no ball, and a drop catch. The ball zinging back in. Dennis, has this been one of the most entertaining first overs you've ever seen?
Yeah, very entertaining first over. But I'll tell you that Nimed in the quarterfinal game against Oman, she also bowled a very, very exciting first over. Picked up 3 wickets, and that immediately put Oman on the back foot, and they just never recovered from there on. She picked up the Player of Match award as well.
A dot ball to start proceedings for Lakshmi.
Yeah, Hong Kong, China have been always the aggressive team, but I think today they need to be careful. Yesterday, immediately when they lost their top order very, very cheaply, the rest of the batting couldn't bail them out and end up posting a very, very small total for the UAE to chase down.
Oh, this time the ball's moving away. So we're seeing a lot of swing today morning. The first over, a lot of in-swingers. Now gentle out-swinger. A very good surface. Good conditions to play cricket in.
When you can bowl swing means that you have very good cricketing skills. Something about Indonesia. They've been the team of the designs. Every other time I've seen them, have been putting on a different uniform.
The ball still moves. It'll be a dot ball. I think they've got 4 jerseys, 4 colors on them.
This is the third one I'm seeing, so probably they have another 2. Maybe they came with a design for every game they are going to play. And considering that they've gotten all the way up to the end of the tournament, that would be at least 7 different designs.
Attempted cut shot, play and a miss. The ball still moving away from the batter. It's a very, very good start from Lakshmi. 4 dot balls. We also know that Yasmin Daswani takes a little bit of time to build her innings. She needs to set herself up and then can start hitting the big ones.
And I think that has been her value proposition, that she takes her time.
Oh, beautiful delivery. A Yorker squirted away between the legs. Will get to the boundary. A streaky start, but a start nonetheless for Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, just get to the boundary just in the length of time when the fielder was getting there. Hong Kong, China still surviving. Another beautiful ball there from Lakshmi. Yorker length, but played very late and played very well by Yasmin. Just got it through her legs and got to the boundary. Just as the fielder was getting there, the ball gets to the rope. Such efforts, Adish, is one of the reasons I tell you to be a wicket keeper. I don't like chasing down lost causes.
Oh, another good comeback delivery right up in the block hole. A swinging Yorker. After 2, it's 10 for 1. Swan Devi to continue. Dennis, you mentioned that this is one of the shortest run-ups that you've seen her bowl this entire tournament. Do you think of potential reasons why she's doing it?
I think she's really, yeah, they had a game yesterday and probably the recovery hasn't been very good for them. So she's just trying to make sure she doesn't put in too much gas running in and try and focus on getting the ball in the right areas.
Oh, she walks down the track and loses her wicket. This is a brilliant dream start. Another wicket, another ball hitting the stumps.
Yeah, Mariko Hill had been rattled in the previous over. She was given a reprieve because it was a no ball, but this time trying to do something different. But either way, Nimed comes up, trumps, picks up her second wicket, and Hong Kong China lose their second. This time dancing down the track, but that ball staying so low. Goes through the gate and they pick their second wicket. The celebrations will begin for Indonesia. Hong Kong China are now 10 for 2.
They've lost two of their very, very set batters, openers, who are the most experienced of players for them. They've scored the bulk of runs for Hong Kong China in this tournament and leading up to the tournament as well. And they were one of the reasons why Hong Kong China are sitting in the playoffs, in the knockouts.
I'll tell you, Adish, that if you look at what the new bat has done, they are taking middle and leg stump guards. And Nimed is bowling some very good in swingers. When you take those two guards, it will be difficult for you to work the ball around. Just get off a line, maybe you're better off taking off stump and middle stump.
Oh, the ball sharply jacks back in. A very good first delivery to the new batter. But doesn't your ploy potentially expose the leg stump and an opportunity for a big time LBW shout?
Yeah, it does. But Mariko Hill and Natasha Miles are good enough batters to work the ball through mid wicket. Of course, the risk for you would be that you're a big LB candidate, but at least you try and negate that in swinger.
Speaking of LBWs, we saw Natasha Miles yesterday getting LBW bang on again to an in swinger. So the ball coming back in has been a little bit of a problem for her.
Yeah, if you've been a batter before, which I don't think you are, Adish, and the in swinger is always the most difficult ball to play because you have to play at it. There are no two ways about it.
A wide one, but still swinging in. It's very good to see that a white ball under the sun is still swinging, and we're already in the third over.
Yeah, that's why I said that for you to swing the ball in such condition means that you have very good cricketing skills, and you have to give it to Nimed. Throughout the whole tournament, that has been her value proposition.
A solid block. The pressures all over Hong Kong, China. This is a dream start for Indonesia. They're showing time and again why they've been one of the better teams in this tournament. Yesterday was just an off day for both these sides. A Yorker tried to play towards third man, will be a single. And that'll be the end of the third over. It's 11 for 2.
Adish, I think just to speak about what you said, I think yesterday both sides just came up against teams that are the top 2 seeds in the tournament. So they just came up against teams that were better than them. And as long as they could do what they have to do, they were always going to come up on top. So just take nothing away from the losses for both sides. I think they've been brilliant throughout the whole tournament. They just ran into teams that are better than them, as simple as that. And if you can quickly forget that result, you only work on improving so that you just keep closing the gap.
Absolutely. Shanzeen Shehzad. A very solid start again. A late outswinger.
The worry for Hong Kong China now is that they are going to try and first try and survive without them taking so much risk. So the run scoring is going to slow down because they don't want to expose the rest of the batting. Yesterday, that was really their undoing.
Another dot ball pressure can get to a batter, can make them commit mistakes.
And I'm sure for Indonesia, for them, the assignment is simple. Try and keep this squeeze on for as long as possible. Just try and limit them to a small total inside the first 10 overs and then see where it goes from there on.
To be fair, they've made a fantastic. A bolder third wicket, an outswinging Yorker this time. Indonesia, can you be stopped today? Absolutely not. Lakshmi gets her first one.
Yeah, we're talking about surviving, but Shazin Shahzad trying to go for a booming drive. And again, the ball creeping under her bat. And Lakshmi gets into the action as well. And see that again on the replay. Wicket to wicket, you miss a hit. And that took out off stump. Hong Kong now quickly relegated to 11 for 3. And it's not looking very, very good for them.
They lost their first 3 wickets for the score of 11 yesterday as well. Literally demons repeating for Hong Kong, China. I was just going to say that Indonesia, when they were defending a very low total, they still put up a fight yesterday. They were still trying to strangle the batters, and they made a decent defend out of yesterday, but just the number of runs on the board was not enough for them.
Yeah, I think yesterday is the only game that has really challenged Thailand. They pushed Thailand to the wall, even if eventually they got over the line because they didn't have enough runs. But to just talk about the difference in the wickets, Mariana first, the new batter for Hong Kong, China.
Marina Lamplaw. Again, stump to stump. Looks to get off the mark. A yes and no. All sorts of trouble Hong Kong, China are in right now.
So much trouble. I was just talking about the difference in the wickets. I think yesterday some of the wickets were gifts to UAE, but today the difference has been the bowling for Indonesia. I think today there hasn't been a fault by the batters. It's just been some brilliant bowling up front from Indonesia.
Another dot ball. Score is stuck on 11. But how do you come out of this hole when you already know that this has happened yesterday, and when you come out to bat, you're like, oh my God, we're in the same situation again today.
Like I mentioned, it's always very good to quickly forget things. If you remember in that quarterfinal, Marina and Yasmin combined for a very good partnership. So it's just the partnership that Hong Kong, China needs to get them going.
That'll be the end of the 4th over. Another very successful one for Indonesia. Hong Kong, China, 11 for 3.
And I shall ask you, if you are the captain, what would you do in this situation? Keep the bowlers on or change the bowlers? You keep the squeeze on, or you're thinking about later on when maybe you would need the both of them?
I'm thinking 2 of their biggest batters are already in the hut. 3 of their biggest batters are already in the hut. The ball's still swinging. I'm going to continue.
Very risk-averse man. Go big or go home.
Both these sides have nothing to lose, even if today's contest doesn't go their way. They've already qualified for the Asia Cup. And when you have the squeeze on like this, when the ball is still moving and 2 of your best bowlers are getting purchase of this wicket, why not try to strangle Hong Kong, China more? Oh, that's wide, that's short, that's cut away for a single. Swing and swing hard.
Yeah, anything that is square of the wicket is bread and butter for Yasmin.
We've more so seen quicks bowling from this end, the Golden Hope end, and we saw how Samaira over the last 2 games here was wonderful. She's got wheels, accuracy, hitting stumps, all times. We've seen a lot of good stuff happen for the fast bowlers here. That's wide. The umpire thinks it's inside the line.
I think the fast bowlers, even Maya of Thailand, she also bowls from the particular end. All of them have sort of picked their angle from where they can be able to terrorize the batters.
Absolutely. And it's worked really well for them as well. That's full, driven straight to the fielder. We can see a slight change in lines. She's been bowling the last 3-4 deliveries. She's been bowling them a little wide. Is she still trying to look for the swing, or I'm just trying to figure out what's happening?
Yeah, I think she's just trying to, now she's trying to bowl for wickets. And that's why she's over pitching some of those deliveries.
That's the one that still comes back in.
In these moments, in situations, normally what our coaches used to tell us is that now you stop looking at the scoreboard and try and just hang in there. Because every time you look at the scoreboard, you're thinking, we're 12 for 3. In 5 overs, I need to do something.
It's played away to mid-off. Very good fielding, I must say. No, she's misfielded it. It's gone to the boundary. A very, very good way and a strong, strong end to a very, very comfortable delivery. It's 16 for 3 after 5, and there'll be change in commentary.
Yeah, quality shot there from Marina. Some weight on offer, and she has enough power. But a misfield from the fielder could have done much better. The ball going through her body, and it races away for a boundary. Rare boundary for Hong Kong, China, who are now 16 for 3. And as Adash makes his way out of the commentary box, Shahidu joins me.
Very good morning, Dennis. The start of the 6th over. Again, a wonderful delivery to start off with. I think the bowlers have done a wonderful job here for Indonesia.
Yeah, wonderful job indeed. Again, Hong Kong, China choosing to bat first, but I don't think this is the position they thought they would be in when they made that decision. 16 for 3.
But I think there's still plenty to play for. Oh, beautifully bowled. Beats the bat once again and beats everything. That's 4 runs.
Yeah, the second time that is happening, Yasmin is milking a boundary through that region. I'm about to start calling it a gap because she's been able to find it the second time. The beautiful Yorker deceived the keeper. Races away to the boundary.
Well, we have seen the ball just skidding on to the batter. Beaten for pace on that occasion as well. And again, 3 early wickets. Straight away under some pressure. Hong Kong, China. Oh, big appeal. But I think it should be Yasmin Daswani who needs to take the responsibility. She has been the number 1 batter. Only got out once in this tournament. That too of a bizarre run out.
Yeah, she's the form batter for the team. And if she can hang around long enough with Marina, they will be able to put on a tidy total because Marina can hold her end. Very top-heavy team from China. That's why they are in trouble.
And beautifully bowled. I think she's bowling with a lot of control here.
They've been one of the highest scoring teams throughout the whole tournament, but a lot of their runs are scored by their top 5. Anything after that hasn't been happening for them. So sometimes that's a good thing, but most times it's not a very good thing.
That's played late, straight to the point fielder. And I think Lakshmi Paramita has done a wonderful job here. Taken the new ball, complimented her bowling partner.
I tell you, of the 8 runs she's conceded, 1 was a boundary, so she's been very, very tidy.
The last delivery coming up. Well, for the first time, she misses her line.
Yeah, I think she's starting to tire. That's the thing normally we tell captains, that because opening bowlers are doing so well, your plan had been to give them 2 overs. But because they bowl the 2 overs very well, you get tempted to give them an extra 3rd over. But usually they concede so many runs in that 3rd over. because they sort of run out of gas. Well, she still has one delivery remaining to prove herself. Well, she might need to reload that as well. No, probably got something on the way. End of the over. It's 21 for 3. Well, Danish, I think it's all about reconstructing this innings right now. They have two batters out there, one of the best batters, and I think someone just needs to complement her and play the anchor role. Yeah, very much. You're right, Shahidu. Marina and Yasmin formed a partnership in that quarterfinal game for Hong Kong, China that rescued them because they're also in a bit of trouble. So the both of them, if they can hang around long enough, just take it all the way up to the 10th over without losing another wicket. And then from there, like you've mentioned, they can reload and try and get the move on. And there's a change in the bowling. Spin being introduced for the first time. It's Newman Mepriani. Another bowler with good control. She's someone who likes to just dart the ball in. Indonesia, throughout this whole tournament, one of the teams with a very, very good bowling attack. So there are no pushovers. Flighted and good use of the feet as well. Smart fielding once again. I don't know why they didn't take that run, because at least it was on. The fielder needed to take a couple of steps to her left, gather the ball, and then try put in a throw in. Sometimes the running between the wickets can also be a plan for you to try and get the runs going. And I think the body language has changed as well. You have seen after stopping that single how she was congratulated by her other teammates. So I think Indonesia is going in with a lot of spirits. Spirits are high, and the team looks highly animated as well. Yeah, every run saved means that you make it easier for you in the second innings. Good looking drive once again. Finds the fielder. It's the same fielder again. Putri Iswan Devi. Yeah, this time it was straight to the fielder, so there was no chance of taking the run. But those dot balls now start to pile some pressure on Marina, and hopefully she doesn't make the wrong choice. There goes the switch hit. Oh, that was close to the stumps. That's why I was telling you that hopefully she didn't make the wrong choice, but she nearly took the words out of my mouth. I think sometimes you need to accept that maybe we fail to get any runs in this over, so we can let it go. Yes, I think it's all about match awareness. Marina Lamplau, all she needs to do right now is just to maneuver the ball around, get a single, and get Yasmin on strike. The jobs should be very specific and simple. Oh, that takes the edge, and that will be runs as well. Fast outfield, 4 runs here. A very, very fast outfield here at the BAYUEMAS Oval. Like you mentioned, Shahidu, those darts, if you get anything on it and it beats the keeper, most times it will run to the boundary. Fortune favoring the brave, Marina gets a boundary. Some way to an off outside off stump. I don't think she had so much to know about that shot, but it came off a very healthy outside edge and raced to the boundary. 25 for 3 after 7 overs, Hong Kong, China. Another change in the bowling. It's going to be Ariani, more spin. So it's going to be spin from both ends. I think it's the right time just to get the pace away from the game and slow things down. Yasmin Daswani on strike. That's a good looking shot. Worked away on the onside. Well, she has been batting phenomenally. No, I think she's been impressive throughout the whole tournament. Uses her feet well. Uses her crease very well as well to create room for her to play the shot. But you've mentioned, I think the spin now just slows things down a little bit for Indonesia.
It seems to be like a clear plan from Indonesia. Because the expensive drive, slight misfield will result in a single.
And what they've chosen to do now, Indonesia, is just to cut off the boundaries. They've deployed all the other fielders on the ring. So that means that either Marina and Yasmin are going to be either running hard between the wickets, which of course will get them tired, or will have to hit big sixes.
Good use of the feed. That's aerial. Just short of that fielder, charging in from the deep. And a fired throw there. The bowler just stayed away from the firing line.
And that's good use of the feet from Yasmin. Met the ball on the full toss. Just never connected with it very well to get it over the boundary.
Flatter once again from Ariani. This is good bowling.
Very good cricket here from Indonesia. They know that they have their team, so they've put the markers on, stopped the flow of runs, and just doing the basics right.
Yes, absolutely. And I think they have done it consistently when it comes to their bowling throughout the tournament. Even in that semi-final, they pushed Thailand to the edge.
I was going to say that the way they play is like they sort of have a likeness to how Thailand plays. Very, very disciplined in how they execute their skills.
Use of the feet once again. Oh, good attempt there. The fielder, desperate dive, but couldn't stop the single. End of the over, 29 for 3.
Shahidu, I tell you what, if Hong Kong can get to the break without losing any other wickets, I think that break will allow them to regroup, gather their thoughts, and then they can think about how to attack the next 10 overs. If you can find 80 runs in 10, you get at least 100 runs.
Yes, absolutely. Again, good use of the feet. And I think it's all about breaking down this innings and probably just planning about the next 3-4 overs at a time.
Exactly. Because right now, if you start to think about over number 20 when you're just in the 9th over, then you could be in trouble.
Okay, and using the feed, just slicing the ball towards that point region. Good fielding once again. Just a single.
Yeah, very good work by the fielder. Got around very, very quickly because Yasmin was interested in 2. But once the fielder got to the ball, he just turned down the second run.
Partnership now 20 runs of 29 deliveries. Again, good use of the feed. This is a good ploy from both the batters. Oh, missed feel like. Well, she recovered well.
She's been putting in the yards with the ball, and this time she puts in a top quality effort in the field. I think she realized that if she tries to get on her bike, the ball would beat her to the boundary, and she cut it off immediately.
This time she drops the length a bit shorter, but nicely worked away.
Shahidu, you just imagine if that ball had gone for a boundary. That would have really made this a very, very good over. But you can see that attempt, she immediately realized that if I try and get on the bike, this ball is going to beat me to the boundary. She puts in a dive and cuts it off.
Again, smart bowling. Nyoman Mepriani just following the batter this time. Marina Lampla on strike. Well, both the batters had a decent start. Oh, that's in the air! And a wicket. Simplest of dismissals.
And a wicket out of nothing for Indonesia, because Marina was looking very, very good. But somehow she was trying to work the ball through mid-wicket. and just ends up chipping a catch to Ariani, who takes a very, very simple catch. There's a missed time shot, a nothing shot, in fact. I'm not sure if that shot was needed. Yeah, I think she was just trying to work the ball through mid-wicket and turning it around. And immediately she realized it was going straight to the fielder. She was already on her knees, because they were nearly there at the break. But unfortunately, now Hong Kong China lose their 4th wicket. They are 33 for 4. Well, we were just discussing about the good partnership and both the batters getting that start, and there she goes, throws her wicket. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing about partnerships, that you need to be better for a very long time, not just a short time. And that was the wicket of the last delivery. So the new batter, Kerry Chan, will be on the non-striking end. That's a good looking shot once again. She's looking very good out there, Yasmin Daswani. Kerry Chan usually comes in ahead of Marina. I think today it was just a plan just to try and hold her back, because she's a very, very aggressive batter. Actually, 2 people have batted ahead of her, Shazan Shazad and Marina. She likes to get on with things very quickly. I think it's also just trying out the other options for this game. I think the skipper, she has been very brave with her decisions. Well, it didn't work out well today for Natasha Miles. So Kerry Chen, again, loads of experience, a very good all-rounder, was leading the Hong Kong China side for quite some time as well. Oh, that was aerial, just short of the fielder. The ball just holding onto the surface, almost like a tennis ball bounce. Yeah, that was nearly popping straight to the fielder. What I've noticed throughout the whole tournament, that every time Kerry Chan comes out to bat, all the teams put fielders on the boundary in that zone that she likes to hit. Either it's her reputation that precedes her, or they just understand the assignment that she's going to try and take on the bowling. And I think it's all about homework as well, because nowadays you have the video analyst and, a lot of information about players. Just like that, she's someone who favors the onside, especially in that mid-wicket and cow corner region. Yeah, she's a very, very strong onside player. And she holds no back. Even if there are fielders on the boundary, she'll still keep going for her shots. Oh, well bowled. The ball again just skidding off. It has not been an easy surface for the batters. Not easy at all. It's not like Indonesia are going to make it any easier for them. It's been difficult. Can rock back onto the back foot, played it straight to the bowler. And every dot delivery here will pile up pressure. Yeah, it's now just one ball to go to the break. I think you don't want anything unraveling right now. Go to the break, have a drink, have a chat with the coach, and then reassess the situation from there. She uses the feet, and that's a delightful drive. That will be 4 runs. What a way to end the 10th over. We're at the halfway stage. It's 39 for 4. Yeah, the form batter of the tournament, Yasmin Daswani, this time using her feet, meets the ball on that half volley. And with the field up in the circle, she picks her gap beautifully. Very good shot, a shot from a player who's in so much form and the leading run scorer for the tournament. And that's the halfway stage. Hong Kong, China, 39 for 4 after winning the toss against Indonesia in this curtain raiser for the main event that is coming up in the final. 3rd and 4th playoff final. As the teams take a break, we shall also take a drinks break.
Welcome back. That was the drinks break. The players are hydrated. It's hot and sunny out here, and the humidity, we all know, at the Biomass Oval, it can get really, really humid. And there's a change in the comp box as well. I have Dipesh with me. Welcome, Dipesh.
Thank you, Shah. And what a wonderful turnaround again by Indonesia today. As we saw Hong Kong, China still facing a lot of challenges here. But trust me, even if you think that halfway is through, 4 wickets have gone, 39 runs only, but they can turn around with this partnership. The two best batters of Hong Kong, China are out there, and they've dealt with pressure in the past.
Yes, you're right. And with a left hand right hand combination, it also creates a bit of trouble for the bowlers to settle down.
Absolutely. I think left hand, right hand is always a challenge for the bowlers because every time the strike changes, a lot of changes happen in the field.
There she goes on the onside. The fielder overruns it. If she had stayed on the rope, that could have been an easy catch. But she charged in and the ball just went over her. It was Daisy out there.
You've been given sunglasses. If you can make a use of it, this would have been avoided because the sun is exactly in the opposite direction, Shah. And probably that's the reason she could not judge the ball properly. And the ball just went for a boundary.
Yes, this could be a costly miss. Especially when it's Carrie Chan. Look at that. Beautifully played. Just pure timing. That was a shot of class.
Absolutely. The front foot coming in right in time. And the back swing with a good use of the bottom hand. Always the best one with her. Look at that. Just punches that one. Lovely swing of the bat and gets a boundary.
It was wonderful to watch how easily she played that. A shot played with a lot of ease. Oh, that's more extras. Not the best of deliveries. And they've ran well. That's going to be 3. Yes, absolutely. Wide signal.
Well, those 2 boundaries can do that to you. Because she was bowling really well in the previous ones. This over, I think, costed a lot of runs. And that is where the captain is now telling her, stay calm.
Yes, I think it was that fielding effort. Daisy just overran and that boundary just opened up the doors. Oh, this could be close. That looked very close. Good shout there.
It was much fuller in line. Not really sure where the impact was there. Or probably missing the stumps that made the umpire think it's a not out. 50 up.
She goes fuller once again. Again, a bit too full. Maybe she can just try dropping the length a bit.
To be very honest, again, Kerry Chan is playing very risky out here. It is the similar fashion when she goes for those sweep shots on a straighter delivery. That is what costed her wicket yesterday.
Flighted. This time driven straight to cover. No runs there. End of the over. It's 50 for 4.
Let's look at that shout once again. I think it was much fuller and probably missing leg. And that's the reason it was very clear that it's a not out.
Well, that's a very good call from the umpire. It's easy to see the replay from here, but everything in real time for the umpire, so kudos.
I was talking to one of the senior umpires and he said that no money or no connection can get you the seat in a stadium what seat umpires get. They're the closest to the 22 yards and that is the best seat anytime, anywhere in the world that umpires get.
It's absolutely. And I think it's a thankless job. They do a lot of hard work. It's not easy
to be there for the entire 40 overs. But yes, that's what makes the game beautiful as well. A lot of aspects of the game. And it's going to be a change in the bowling. Lee Chow came into bowl. Oh, good start. Good delivery there.
And this is where spinners have made a difference here. Use the wicket pretty well. Not much of a spin that we've seen, but if you're going to bowl in the right areas, you still have a good chance.
Use of the feet once again, just squeezing the ball from outside the off stump. And I've liked this innings from Yasmin Daswani. She has not been afraid to use her feet, and so far she's done a wonderful job.
You cannot keep her inside the crease for a longer period of time. She's the one who loves to rotate the strike, get runs for the team.
Fuller delivery. Again, right from the middle of the bat. You can see her timing the ball, and I think it will only give her more and more confidence.
I think the fuller deliveries, she plays it really well.
This time it's shorter, but it's wider as well. That's going to be a wide.
There's a plan. There's a plan coming up, Shah. She will bowl 2 to 3 balls wider to the off stump, and then suddenly one that will nip in onto the middle and leg.
There she goes over the bowler. That's a good hit. An excellent fielding in the deep as well.
This is brilliant stuff. Saved 2 runs for the team, and every run you save is every run you earn.
Was the fast bowler, Lakshmi Paramita. At long on. Again, a clean hit from Carrie Chan. Look at that for an effort.
Absolutely stunning.
Much better. That's the length you should be bowling at. And that was the ball that came back in like you predicted.
This is the one that is, getting set up for Kerry Chan here. Because one shot that she will try to go across the line.
There she goes. Ariel, this time she is out. She falls for the trap. And that's the wicket. Li Xiao. She gets the important wicket of Carrie Chan. And Hong Kong, China in deep trouble.
Well, it was a plan always set up for her. I told you that 2 or 3 deliveries will go outside the off stump, one close to the off stump, and then when you bowl on the middle and the leg, she's always ready to play. Either she goes for a cross-batted shot or an aerial shot like that, and there the plan gets successful. And even yesterday, she got out in the similar fashion. When the ball was bowled onto the middle and leg, she went for a cross-batted shot. So these 2 shots are very dangerous for her, and she loses a wicket here.
In walks another young batter, Mariam Bibi. Well, she has been very impressive. A good all-rounder, good asset for Hong Kong, China. Still very young, but she's someone who can take the responsibility and play the anchor to Yasmin. Batting on 20, she got the start, but someone needs to be there to support her.
There was an instance where Brad Hogg got the great Sachin Tendulkar out once. And after that, Sachin Tendulkar went back to the dugout and went back to the dressing room, and he watched the video again and again how he got out. And after that, Brad Hogg was never been able to get him out.
Use of the feet. She finds the gap this time, piercing that gap through the offside, through covers. Again, wonderful batting, not trying to hit the ball too hard, just relying on her timing. This is wonderful to watch.
Absolutely. And the reason why I gave that example of the great Sachin Tendulkar is purely because if you are falling short of something, or if you're doing a mistake, you should go back, watch it, and never try to repeat that one.
It's absolutely can't agree more. And I think it's always about learning from your mistakes and doing that homework and see how you can improve your game. That's how you become a better player.
Secondly, the
Let's play it down the ground, a single.
secondly, what I was saying is the opposition is always working on your weaks, and once they know your weakness, they will always try to set up a plan against you. Why to give that chance?
Oh, that's well fielded. Sharp fielding there. Neoman Mepriani is doing a wonderful job here. Just a couple of deliveries remaining in her spell. Beautifully done. Again, similar shot and even better stop.
You want to give this efforts, and it is so wonderful to see that you're trying to save every run on your own follow through. Marian Bibi, the reliable player for Hong Kong China with Yasmin.
Oh, yes and a no. There was no run there. Look at that for backing up. Well, Indonesia, they're throwing themselves on the line. And end of the over, 57 for 5. Let's have a look at that. Yes and no. It was a drop from the wicketkeeper, but look at that for backing up. Brilliant.
$57 for 5 after 13 at a run rate of 4.38.
Yes, I think we have a very good match on our hand. 57 for 5. Still, a lot can happen. Just one good partnership, and things can change here.
See, right now it's a perfect partners out there in the center. On one end, you have a pretty much settled Yasmin Daswani, who's playing on 23 of 29. Here, Mariam Bibi can actually play the anchor role. Try to give more and more strike to Yasmin. Try to rotate strike. She's herself a good timer of the ball. But at this moment, she should be more looking forward for Yasmin to give more and more strike and just play that perfect anchor block.
Well, we have been discussing this anchor role thing, and since then, we have seen a couple of wickets falling as well.
No, but with the kind of experience that Mariam and Yasmin gets, I think they should be pretty much ready for these situations.
Li Chiao will continue. Again, well played. Just slapped down the ground for a single.
See, Shah, you need to just focus on singles for another 2-3 overs. That will give both these players enough time to, understand situations pretty well. And after that, in death overs, you can always go for the big ones.
Yes, but we are already into the 14th over. And something needs to happen again. A dot delivery. And I think it's the dot deliveries that's hurting Hong Kong China.
Well, even if those dot deliveries are coming, I think on an average, if they try to get 5 runs, still have a decent score on the board.
Yes, anything above 100 will be challenging. It's not going to be easy. That's pulled away. That's a good looking shot.
Oh, misfield.
Yeah, because Hong Kong China also has a very good bowling lineup. There's some amazing bowlers waiting for their chance in the second innings.
It's absolutely anything over 100, and I think the bowlers will go all out. In short of length, punched away. This is good batting using the depth of the crease.
This is what they need to do for some overs now. At least try to get singles, keep on adding runs to the total. Indonesia will be looking for a wicket.
There she goes. That's smart batting. That's all she needs to do, Mariam Bibi. Just tap the ball around, get Yasmin back on strike.
Well, this should be the ideal plan. I think they are working on it because Mariam Bibi is very good at taking singles, doubles. On a loose delivery, she can also go for a boundary. But at this moment, you want Yasmin to be on strike.
That's beautifully cut away in the gap. This will be runs. At least 2 of them. Again, wonderful fielding.
I'm just surprised that the short third fielder did not even move. The captain all the way from short extra covers, in fact, went and ran for it.
End of the over. 63 for 5. Well, there the running could have been better, but you see about the fielding Indonesia put in. They're diving around. We have seen them throwing hard and very attacking in nature. Indonesia. We have seen a very different side of them, especially the fielding unit. I think they backed their bowlers really well. Fitria Radharani came into bowling her first over. Well, a spinner being brought in the 15th over. There she goes, uses her feet once again. This will be at least 2 runs.
Excellent running between the wickets, and this is what you want. If the boundaries have dried up, you should at least make sure that the singles, doubles are coming regularly.
Again down the leg. Not the best of deliveries, but she got away with it. This is a good over. 3 runs of the very first delivery. So there she goes. Cuts that away in the gap. The field at point had no chance, and sweeper had to make a lot of ground. Couple of runs again.
Well, now things have started to pick up pace, and this is what you want to see if you're a supporter of Hong Kong China. The runs were drying up, but after this partnership has taken over, those runs are getting added.
There she goes down the ground this time, but straight to the fielder. Putri Suwandewi has done a wonderful job there at mid-off. But there she goes on the onside. Just a single again. Ground fielding has been excellent. Two more deliveries to go in this over. This time it's aerial. Fielder coming just short of her. Again, mistimed. Fortunately for Yasmin.
It was a good chance. It was a good chance, but the ball falling short. The long off was way much deeper. And now they're getting the long off into the circle for Mariam.
Last delivery coming up. Again goes for the cut. Another single to end the over. And with that, Mariam Bibi will keep the strike 71 for 5.
Has been a good comeback from Hong Kong, China after the start that they had. 11 for 3 to 75 for 1. They should be very happy, and we've seen a little bit of aggression from the pair batting in the middle. Yasmin Daswani and Mariam Bibi. Swept in front of square. There is a mid-wicket. There will be a single. Dipesh, just a quick thought here. Over the last 2-3 overs, especially when the spinners have been bowling in tandem, we've seen them try to take the attack to the opposition. Using of feet, slogging, sweeping, wanting to keep the scoreboard moving. That's in the air, hit back past the bowler. Will it bisect the field? That's brilliant ground fielding there. At long on, definitely saves a couple of runs.
Well, of course, brilliant fielding, and also just to reply to that question, when you have good partnerships going on, you will always see the runs getting added up. Now look at that. Just plays that straight down the ground, runs the first one harder. Brilliant stop there. Effort is 100% on the field.
Again, uses her feet, puts that in the gap. Extra cover will give chase. Another couple of runs. Runs are coming in thick and fast for Hong Kong, China. This is the intent that I was talking about.
Well, I think two good timers of the ball are there in the center, and you can expect runs from them. Mariam is just playing that perfect anchor role, giving more and more strike to Yasmin, wanting her to stay there on the crease for a long period of time.
Punched off the back foot, finds the same gap again. There is a fielder, a sweeper. She will cut it off. They do come back for the second. That's amazing running from Mariam Bibi. She's been quick to get off the blocks.
She's a very fast runner. Probably they're just stretching themselves out. They're just trying to push themselves, converting that ones into twos. That's a good sign for Hong Kong, China.
Yasmin quickly moves on to 34, just 36 deliveries. She's been unbeaten almost every single game. Dances down the track again. This time it'll only be a single. She's been unbeaten almost every single time in this tournament, except for yesterday when she was run out. So no bowler has yet to claim her wicket.
Well, on one side you have the run getter. On the other side, you have the most reliable one. Whenever Hong Kong has been into some situation, it was Mariam Bibi who has pulled them out. 16 overs gone, 79 for 5.
Indonesia would be worried about this partnership growing. They had a dream start today. After having been put to bowl first, 11 for 3 they had Hong Kong, China reduced to. And this partnership is going to cause them a lot of problems if they don't intend to break it.
See, I think this is the fashion. If Mariam and Yasmin keeps on playing, you can expect 120, 125, because now they will shift the gears. Especially when Mariam is doing the right thing, giving more and more strike to Yasmin. You, me, everyone know that she is a brilliant timer of the ball, and she can actually hit boundaries and sixes.
Well, absolutely. And Yasmin is always someone who takes the game as deep as possible. She runs the hard yards. She soaks up all the pressure. And it's a very good combination for Hong Kong China to have, especially in the last four. They've had a very successful last 2-3 overs. Their intent has been very clear. They want to take the bowling on.
I think this is the longest partnership between Yasmin and Mariam of 25 runs of 24 deliveries.
Steps down the wicket, almost yorks herself. Tried to pierce the fielding gap on the offside.
Lai Khayo, the bowler there, trying to bowl that cross angle to Yasmin, trying to york that one. And these are the things that now bowlers will come out with a lot of yorkers, a lot of bouncers, try and avoid giving short of the length deliveries.
Dennis and I were having a conversation earlier on in the innings if we would use their two opening bowlers and bowl them out. I said yes. Steps down, beautifully drives. A slight misfield there. Will only be a single. But I was having that conversation with Dennis and I said that because the pressure is on, I would use two of my best bowlers and finish them off. I think I was wrong there. They need the two best bowlers to come on as soon as possible to inflict a breakthrough. Another slog attempted, will only be a single down to long on.
So this is what Mariam has changed in the entire struggle situation. She was the one who came in and said that, okay, I'll take a back seat, just give singles and let Yasmin be on strike. And in a partnership, you need to do that. You need to complement each other, or you need to understand the situation that, yes, Yasmin has been playing from a long period of time. She's a good timer of the ball, good hitter of the ball. Might as well I give her more strike.
Steps down the wicket, slightly in the air, but only be a single. They look for the couple. Mariam Bibi has been very busy in the middle. She wants as many runs as possible and she's willing to run for it. Yasmin has been out there in the sun a very long time. Tries to access the offside. There is protection. There will only be a single. To end the 17th over, Hong Kong China look very, very solid at 84 for 5. Anything above 100, Indonesia will not be happy with, especially after the start they got early in the morning today.
Well, you need to keep on picking up wickets. That's the only way you can, show your dominance in the game. But to be very honest, the kind of batting order and the expectations of the role that is there always for a team, I think this partnership has done exactly that. Yasmin comes in as always as a one-down batter, where she's like looking to play big innings. But the role of Mariam Bibi here, bring that stability, bring that assurance that, okay, on one end I will not give up my wicket and I'll try to take as much as singles and give you strike.
Well, Lakshmi, with her pace, driven firmly, the inner circle for Indonesia has been spot on with their fielding. They've not given anything away. But like I was telling you, they need their two opening bowlers to come back and strike quickly, and that's exactly what they've done.
I think the switch has to happen now. Lakshmi.
She bowls it wide, cuts away. A small fumble there at backward point. Will not be very costly. There's a lot happening here in the first ball. There was a good shot. Went very, very quickly to the fielder. She aimed the throw at the non-striker's end. Pressure's on. Good game of cricket on our hands. Wild swing and a miss. What she's trying to do is clear her front foot and try to access the offside. But when the ball is bowled that further out of your arc, how could connection be possible?
Well, I think she has to just try to shuffle more outside the off stump a little bit if she's trying to get that square cuts in place. Because staying so far, it will not be able to reach.
And she does exactly that. Accesses the leg side this time. And will get a boundary. What beautiful connection.
So if something is not working out for you, you need to try your changes as well. And she's got that. She's shuffled it on the just more towards the off stump, and that is what you need to do. If the bowler is going to bowl wider to you from the off stump, you might as well try to reach to the ball and be in such a position that your backswing is accurately there.
This time stays on her place and under edge. Will run past the keeper to another boundary back to back.
But it was no chance for the keeper as well. That thick inside edge and the pace that you get, many a times keeper's job, I think it's a very thankless job because this was the boundary that Yasmin Daswani connected pretty well. But as I was saying, keeper's job is a thankless one.
Shuffles again, place it down the ground, a strong shot to long on, moves on to 48, does Yasmin. And will continue to stay on strike. It's the end of the 18th over. Hong Kong, China are 95 for 5.
This is what I was saying, that look at that. She'd never had a 0.2 also. You talk about 1 second, I talk about fraction of seconds. The wicketkeeper gets time to react on those.
But at this standard, that should have been taken well. Hong Kong, China are getting back in this game and very strongly. And Indonesia, for some reason, look like they're losing the plot. They decide to continue with their off spinner. And Yasmin is batting on 48 or 46 deliveries. Uses her feet, tries to find that gap, will only be a single. 49 to Yasmin.
Diving has been exceptional, and Lisa there putting body behind the ball. A very good technique to stop the ball.
That shot that's pulled away. Good work again on the field. Diving has been spot on, you said. We saw another example of that. Brings back Yasmin on strike. She's batting on 49. She's been the anchor in this innings. She's taken this innings and Hong Kong, China out of trouble. Shot punched away off the back foot straight to the fielder. Mariam Bibi will come back in time, and that's a brilliant half century for Yasmin Daswani. She's been on fire this entire tournament, and when her team needed her the most, she stood up again and she's taken her team to very, very safe shores.
Well, yes, what an innings from Yasmin. Again, 5 boundaries in that innings and very well completes her half century.
This time again, short played off the back foot, a quick single. Mariam is very quick between the wickets, but credit where it's due. Yasmin Daswani, we've been talking about how she's been unbeaten except for yesterday, and not a single bowler has been able to claim her wicket. She continues her dominance. That's wide. The umpire says it's all right. She did dance down the track a little bit.
5 boundaries in that innings, so that just adds up to 20. But the other 30 has come out doing the hard work of running.
Another play and a miss. That'll be the end of the 19th over. One more to go. Hong Kong, China, 99 for 5.
You know, I always believe, Adarsh, that whenever you're facing spinners, you should always take a guard of middle stump. Purely because there are a lot of things and variations that the spinners try. They try to spin the ball. They try to, bowl the slower ones. They completely sometimes take the pace off and they just try to spin it or nip it, on that off stump or middle one. So when you take a guard of middle stump, you're almost in the situation where you are in control to play the ball from all the angles.
Radharani to bowl the last over. Mariam steps down the track. A firm shot. Will beat the fielder at long on and it will be a boundary. A brilliant start and hundreds up for Hong Kong, China.
But the interesting thing to see about that shot, again, that middle stump guard helped her because the ball was coming on the middle and leg. She waited for it for just that fraction of second, got the ball in control and then the swing of the bat. Very good technique by Mariam Bibi and gets a wonderful boundary.
Yeah, she had no intentions of putting that in the air. She always wanted to keep it on the ground. Steps down again. This time she will be stumped. Brilliant thinking from the bowler. Pushed it wide out of the arc of Mariam Bibi, who's looking so good. And that'll be 6 down for Hong Kong, China. Radharani with the wicket.
Well, a brilliant technique by Radharani. She knew that again Mariam Bibi is stepping out and bowls a wide ball. Nice work behind the stumps from the captain.
Well, a breakthrough has come for Indonesia, but it's come a little too late. They will still not lose hope. They're still in this contest very much. But Hong Kong, China and Mariam Bibi have taken this game away from Indonesia. We must say they're sitting on a very, very solid score of 103. Even if they get to 110, it'll be a fighting total.
This is match awareness again, Adarsh, especially, when Radharani saw that again Mariam is charging onto her, she decides to bowl a wide length and keep her making no mistake. Puttunanda.
Ikra will play that ball and it'll be a dot ball. Well, she needs to somehow figure out a way to get Yasmin back on strike. If they're going to need a couple of more boundaries, Yasmin's the one to do it. Bowls it wide again. And the umpire will stretch her arms on either side. It will be called a wide. They will take anything and everything that comes their way now, Hong Kong, China. And they will actually be very, very pleased with the total that they're at, because at 11 for 3, they wouldn't have thought of this.
Well, yes, that 49-run partnership between Mariam Bibi and Yasmin made all the difference here. The singles kept on coming in with boundaries to add up to that. And after that, much more stability was got in that innings.
And that single will bring Yasmin Daswani on strike for the last 2 balls. She's hoiked it away on the leg side, puts it in the gap, will scamper back for 2. Oh, that's very good running from Ikra. She knew she was coming to the danger end, and she also knew that she had to put Yasmin back on strike. There's only one more delivery to go. Hong Kong, China on 107 for 6. Can she finish with a flourish? Walks across the stump and bowls her. Not the end Yasmin would have wanted, and the first bowler to claim Yasmin's wicket in this tournament has been Radharani. An end to a wonderful, wonderful innings The architect of Hong Kong, China today, Yasmin Daswani, after a brilliant knock of 52 runs, will have to depart. And Hong Kong, China will end up with 107 for 7.
Well, lovely innings there. Yasmin Daswani again doing what is required by the team. 52 of 52. And a nice cameos played by Marina with 12 runs. Chang Kai-in again 11 and Mariam Bibi. And that is the partnership, I think, that changed a lot for it. 10 extras in that innings at a run rate of 5.35. It's 107 by the end of 20.
Good work from the bowlers as well. If you think about it, they started off brilliantly. They had Hong Kong, China at 11 for 3. Putri Suwandevi with a couple of wickets with those beautiful in-swingers. Lakshmi with that outswinger knocking the off-stump off. Sangayu and Lee Kwa with a wicket apiece, and then Radha Rani finishing things off with a couple. And all in all, a brilliant bowling performance, but they will have a task at hand when they come out to bat. They will be chasing 108 to win. We will be back after a short break.
Welcome back at the BAYUEMAS Oval. There's a third place playoff between Hong Kong, China and Indonesia. Hong Kong, China earlier today won the toss, scored 107, courtesy of that wonderful knock from Yasmin Daswani once again, 52 for her. And now it's time for Indonesia. We need to score 108. It's not going to be easy, but at the same time, it's pretty achievable. There you see the Indonesian side highly animated, and I think they have this belief to finish strong. But it's not going to be easy because that Hong Kong China team will be in their way.
Absolutely. That wonderful partnership between Mariam Bibi and Yasmin Daswani actually sailed the boat pretty well. And that's the reason you got to the score of 107. It's now how you're going to defend it. How are you going to take early wickets? On the other end, Indonesia, how are they going to start? Are they going to go for the attack right from the first ball? It's all to be seen.
And for Hong Kong China, it's Ikra Sahar taking the new ball. Daisy on strike. Beaten for pace. That was a good delivery. Good start to the over, and there's a slip in place as well. Interesting.
Well, they'll have to go this aggressive way if they want to knock out wickets early in the innings. And this is the best way because Ikra is bowling very much at good length on the off stump, on the middle stump. There's a good chance for an edge to fly out to the slip.
Oh, wild swing and a miss. And that's a no ball. Oh dear. That's going to be a free hit.
I think it's going to be overstepping because Ikra loves to add up that extra bit of fiery pace in her bowling. And that is something that doesn't surprise us because she's a wonderful bowler. She bowls a good pace and here she's bowling a good line. But the free hit comes in as a blessing in disguise.
Well, this will be a license for Daisy to swing her arms. Here comes the free hit. Use of the feet and she goes over. But Mariko Hill does well. Good catch, but you can't get out on a free hit.
Well, yes, it's going to be no harm. That's why you have the license to hit in the air without even worrying that you'll be given out. That's the most, dreamer ball for any batter, a free hit.
Yes, perfect delivery to get off the mark as well. She was caught, but she took that single. That brings in Rahmawati on strike. Again, that left-hand, right-hand combination right up the order for Indonesia. Here comes Ikra. It's beautifully worked away. Carrie Chan does well. She's electrifying.
Well, yes, on the field, she has been always very impressive. This time again, Rahmawati just trying to push the ball, just checking the shot on that occasion.
Goes for the pull. Again, excellent fielding there. That ball was traveling. It's Alison Sue, the fielder.
Apparently, I'm a little surprised because Bilandri had a lot of time to go for that single. I think it was Rahmawati who was calling for that one. These singles should be taken.
There again, short delivery goes through her. That's a wide. Missed out on that occasion, I would say.
I think she was trying to follow the batter there, Rahmawati. Not really focusing on the line, but just wanted to add up that pace and try to bowl on the middle stump. But somewhere down the line just got missed.
Much better. Good delivery and a good looking shot as well. Straight to Mariko Hill.
A very orthodox approach and the approach that has been going in for years, that whenever you're playing a grounded shot, the coaches always used to say that play in a V.
Yes, I think that's the best place to hit the cricket ball as well, right past the bowler. Again, goes on the onside. Excellent fielding once again. Alison Siu definitely saving some runs for Hong Kong China. End of the over. It's 3 without loss. Well, after that impressive bit of fielding, it's going to be Alison Siu taking the new ball in her hand. And she'll be bowling from the Negara end. The Hong Kong China will be needing early wickets. That's the only way to put some pressure. Unless they bowl a lot of dot deliveries and pile up that scoreboard pressure on the batters. But either ways, they need to bowl well.
I think you said it right. Wickets is the key here.
Here comes Alison Siu. Oh, she goes for that expensive drive and almost paying the price straight away.
It's going to be a little dangerous for both the batters. If she continues to bowl on this line, she's very dangerous on those areas. Good pace that she generates in her bowling.
Good shot. Hint of movement away from the right-hander. But Desi played that to perfection. And good fielding as well. It was a Marina Lamplau.
Excellent fielding. Again, diving for it. Putting body behind the ball. Another dot ball. I think right now, Desi, Wulandri or Rahmawati, they're not trying to hit it in the air. That's a good part.
That's played on the onside. She finds the gap this time. Long chase here for Marina Lamplau. And she does well.
Wonderful timing on that one. Leaning on to that and just making sure that the timing is just accurate. The ball takes the pace generated by the bowler while bowling it. But Marina again doing some wonderful work by saving 2 runs for the team.
Again, Alison Siu getting some movement in the air, coming back into the left-hander. Look at that, beautifully bowled. This time finds Mariko Hill.
It's very impressive to see Rahmawati's, front foot drive stance. The head position is very still. The front foot just nicely comes on to the angle and the back swing follows it.
Yes, and I think she has a good balance as well. So she's in shape until she plays that delivery.
Probably the game plan is with the batters, do not lose wicket early. Stay there.
Yes, that would be a good thing, but at the same time, you cannot be going into a shell. Much better, flicked away, good looking shot. There's a deep mid wicket in place. A single to end the over. 7 without loss. Well, 2 overs done, 7 without loss. I think it's a good start for Indonesia. They've not lost a wicket, but steady start, I would say. They're just trying to be a bit cautious, which is very important for them that they don't lose too many wickets, especially in the power play. Ikra Sahar coming in. Oh, that's squeezed away. That will run for 4 runs at least. Yes, what a shot. Well, she missed it, says the umpire. I thought that came off the bat.
Well, it's lovely pace by Ikra, but she will have to just calm down a little bit. Look at that bounce. No chance there for the wicketkeeper. Yasmin Daswani there. Even she's surprised with that bounce, and that boundary was a welcome boundary.
Well, you need to be at least 8 feet to catch that. That's how high it was.
Very true.
But a boundary to start the over. Good start for Indonesia. That's driven straight to point. Mariam Bibi played a good knock today.
No doubt about that. Mariam Bibi got that sanity where the wickets were getting one by one. And a good support to Yasmin Daswani during the first innings.
Yes, I think it was that partnership that took the game away from Indonesia. There she goes in the gap. Desperate dive there from Mariko Hill, but she can't stop that. 4 runs for Rahmawati.
See, this is brilliant, using the pace of the bowler and just placing the ball into the gap. Didn't try to do anything extra, but just making sure that the gap is there. A lovely dive by Mariko Hill, but the ball was racing away to the boundary.
It's very good timing on that as well. Full swing of the bat. And the good thing is, she has kept it down. Slightly aerial, but smart batting. Ikra coming over the wicket. Slightly wide, width on offer, but straight to point.
They won't hurry much now because 2 boundaries have already come in. One with the byes and the other one with Rahmawati's wonderful shot towards the onside.
Oh, good delivery. Goes through her. Again, that in-swinging delivery coming in the air. Not easy.
Absolutely brilliant, and a good comeback there by Ikra Sahar. Went in a little expensive in this over till now. 1 more ball is remaining though.
Again, beaten outside the off stump, and that will be the end of the over. 15 without loss. Well, the pace just 93 runs to win. What do you think it's going to be playing at the back of the mind of the Indonesian batters?
It's a long way. It's a long way, to be very honest. We are yet to get the spinners back in the attack by Natasha. There are some good spinners in the team, and I think they will be the key factor for Hong Kong, China.
Alison Sue continuing in here. Again, goes for the drive. And missing it by a mile as well.
Well, yes, very clever bowling there. Just focusing that nothing is bowled closer to the back swing of Desi Wulandri. And that's why keeping a little away from the batter.
Good hint of movement away. Again, good delivery. This is good bowling. I think she has done a good job with the new ball.
She's got plethora of variations there. I think first ball, if you've seen that fiery pace, just surprises Desi Wulandri, and then suddenly the ball is nipping onto that middle and leg stump, and that's a good gesture by Mariko Hill. Alison Sue.
Oh, that's a good looking shot. Straight past the bowler. Straight as an arrow. That will be a boundary. Excellent timing once again from Desi.
Moment for all the photographers or probably the cameramen to capture that picture perfect moment. Straight batted shot. Head position very straight, very still. and the full phase of the bat. Even the connection comes from the meat of the bat and there the boundary. Superb.
That shot will definitely ease the nerves for the batters. Well, a good start for Indonesia. Runs are coming thick and fast. And just trying to hit the ball too hard. No runs there.
That's a good comeback by Alison Sue. Just trying to bowl that much fuller line. A little movement in the air, but not much of a movement. But just that release of the seamer is a little cross angle. Just trying to target that middle stump.
Good looking shot. This could be close as well. Well run. Well, they took on Marina Lamplau at mid-off.
The ball did not go that quick to Marina. By the time the ball could reach to Marina, I think they were halfway through.
One more delivery to go in this over. That's flicked once again. Down to deep fine leg. A single to end the over. It's 21 for none. It's going to be a change in bowling. Carrie Chan has the ball in her hand from the Golden Hope end. Well, it was a wonderful battle we have seen in the semi-finals where Carrie Chan was challenging the skipper of UAE, Isha Oja.
Spinners to join the power play stint as well. Carrie Chan. Now this is going to be interesting. I was waiting for the spinners to come in because the way Pacers' ball was coming onto the bat, it's not going to happen with spinners like Carrie Chan.
Yes, and I think if she can bowl some good overs here. Oh, that's in the air and a wicket of the very first delivery. That was expected. And she gets the first blood here for Hong Kong, China.
And that's exactly the reason I was waiting for spinners coming around there, because it is not going to be easy to play the spinners of Hong Kong, China. You have a lot of them. This is just a start by Carrie Chan. And look at that tossed up delivery and that thick outside edge. Very good catch also, just to make that picture perfect moment. Joylin Dhaliwal, the pair of safe hands. And Carrie Chan will be very happy to get that breakthrough on the very first ball.
And in comes the new batter. I think it will be a time where the Indonesian batters need to be very careful. They've lost an early wicket. Still plenty of runs remaining, 87 of them. That's a good looking shot. The cover fielder does well. It's Ikra Sahar. Vesika Ratnadevi is the new batter for Indonesia. Cut away. That will be runs. Alison Sue does well, but that will get her off the mark.
Well, yes, to get off the mark quickly is always a good thing. And Vesika loves to get those quickly in the innings.
It's well bowled. Good bowling once again. She maintains that tight line and length.
This is what the difference the spinners will make now. Marina Lamplow is yet to bowl.
She goes for the pull. There's a fielder out there. Just a single. They might be going for the second. No. Good throw from the deep as well.
She targets that deep mid-wicket region where there's a big gap. Gets a single only.
Sunzi in the fielder on that occasion. There comes a slow delivery. That's well played over the infield. She waited and waited. And a wonderful shot to end the over. It's 27 for 1.
Well, it was almost like the shot on the offer, because you have a combination of short delivery with the slower one that just gives a lot of time for the batter to wait and just go with the swing. 27 for the loss of 1 wicket after 5. Welcome Adarsh to the com box.
Thank you, Deepesh. A very, very good end to the 5th over. She had to wait for so long that another game of cricket could have been played. That's how long she had to wait for the ball to come to her. Well, we wanted Lamplow to come on to bowl. There she is to bowl the last over of the power play. Strong start, a quick single. They are looking to capitalize on the last 6 deliveries of the power play.
It's a strong batting lineup, Adarsh. You need to think out of the box to get them out. And the batting lineup goes till the depth of Indonesia.
Ratna Devi, the new batter. She tries to find the gap, and gap she does find. It is racing away to the fine boundary. Will get there. She is come with intent.
Well, it was a race between 3. The ball, Ikra and Joylene. Finally, the ball winning the race. What a wonderful shot. Shuffles a little bit, comes into the position, gives a perfect direction towards a deep square leg for the ball to just reach to the boundary.
Goes full, drives it straight to mid-off. An opportunity for a run out. Direct hit would have made this case very, very complicated.
Absolutely, you needed the bullseye there, but challenging the fielders, pushing them as well to hit the ball directly.
Another very strong shot. Another opportunity for a run out. This time at the striker's end, a wild throw. Everything happening in one delivery. But 7 runs have come of the first 4 balls of this over, turning out to be a very good one.
I think this is where I think Natasha Miles will not be happy. I mean, the fielding was good, but there was no need of that throw which went above the head of the wicketkeeper as well.
The umpire gave just a slight warning for running on the pitch. That's worked away on the leg side. Will be another single. That fielder was just moved to behind the umpire, to the right of the umpire. 1 ball before. Had she been there, that would have been a dot ball. So Hong Kong, China are looking a little reactive than proactive. That's down the leg side, and it will be wide.
Well, I'm a little surprised with Marina's line and length, because she's got off that short fine leg. So all you have that one fielder on the leg side. But even if you are trying to bowl on the leg side where your maximum fielders are on the offside.
She pulls it away. That's a very good shot. Puts it in the gap. Scampers for the first run really hard. A strong throw. Again, good cricket all round. A slightly expensive over comes to an end. It goes for 9, and after the power play, Indonesia are 37 for 1. Carrie Chan to continue. Was successful in her first over of the very first ball. Was able to induce a wicket, and Hong Kong China need more of that. They weren't off to the best of starts with the bat, but came back really strongly to put up a very good total on the board.
Just 71 runs needed now.
She finds the gap beautifully placed well for a single. There are 4 boundary riders here. 2 on the offside, 2 on the leg. Ikra and Mariko Hill patrolling the offside boundary, a deep cover and long off respectively. That's tossed up, driven well straight to Ikra. Another strong return. These girls have got really good shoulders.
Well, of course, Ikra is again fast in the outfield.
Harry Chan to continue. What's good to watch is that Mariam Bibi is on the inner ring. She usually is the one who patrols the boundary lines. She's one of the better fielders, quick runners.
See, that's because
a slight warning given to the non-striker for backing up too much. That shot that's pulled away will only be a single, but that was a hit me ball. Mariam Bibi, maybe because she did all that running in the first innings, is why they want to protect her. Worked away on the leg side for a quick single. This is turning out to be a good over. She wants the deep cover very straight. And will be a single to finish the 7th over. They will be 42 for 1. Dipesh, where are the wickets coming from? Because if Indonesia continue with this partnership and Hong Kong don't pick up wickets, I don't think Hong Kong will be on the right side of this.
I think the game plan with Indonesia is very clear that, even with the first wicket partnership that we saw, it just gives a perfect start and lays a perfect foundation. Wherever they are not able to get the boundaries, they are making sure that the singles and doubles are on. So in any over, you will not find that the runs are getting dried up, they are not coming easily. And that is a perfect game plan to, go for the chase like that. On the other hand, I think spinners needs to continue now. Mariam Bibi has come in, and Mariam Bibi is a wicket-taking bowler. So this is a good chance taken by Natasha Miles to get Mariam early.
Maybe this is what they were saving Mariam for on the inner ring. Starts off with a beautiful delivery. How did that miss everything? I will have no idea.
It's a big gap. between the stumps, the bat swing, everything just making right. She was angling on to that Yorker, the very first one, going on the attack mode. Mariam Bibi.
On the stumps again, worked away on the leg side. It'll only be a single. They're going at a very healthy run rate, just under 6 and over. And if they continue in this way, it will not be very hard for Indonesia to chase this target down.
You got to see the approach by Desi Wulandrig also. She's continuously shuffling inside the crease before the ball is getting delivered. That just tends to defocus. That just tends to defocus the bowler when you're on a long run up. You're always looking at the batter, and when the batter is shuffling, the focus just gets here and there. Wide ball again by Mariam.
Oh, that's a low full toss played on the leg side. Deep fine will cut it off. Well, these are opportunities that should have been maximized on if Indonesia really wants to put and press their legs on the gas. A low full toss on the leg side.
Well, yes, they'll have to take those chances. But at this moment, Mariam looking for a wicket here.
Oh, she hits it straight back past the bowler. Will beat the mid-off fielder and will race to the boundary. Fantastic connection there.
That's the most wonderful shot of the day, I think. She did chip this ball in the air, but look at the control in that shot. Even if the body was at full stretch and you're trying to reach out a ball which is outside the off stump, does it very well on the front foot. Beautiful.
Move to 49, Indonesia. Gives some room again. She's trying to access the offside.
Lovely change of pace by Mariam. Followed the batter. Again, she was shuffling inside the crease, just moving away from that leg stump. She followed it with a slower one. And a dot ball in the end.
That's flicked off the pads. Will be a single down to fine leg to finish that over. 50 comes up for Indonesia. They will be very happy with the start that they've got after 8 overs. Runs coming in steadily. Partnership building very slowly but very strongly as well. Carrie Chan will continue. Hong Kong, China will have to find a way to manufacture a wicket here. It's got to be a certain change in approach. Mariam Bibi in the last over tried bowling on the stumps. Didn't prove to be very effective. Carrie Chan to continue. That's driven away on the offside. A big gap there. Will they come back for 2? There should have been a couple there. Ikra had a lot of ground to cover. They took the first run very slowly.
Especially the throw that comes from Ikra is bang on. Good to see that.
Driven to long off for another single. Strike rotation is happening beautifully. Both these batters look very well set. They're communicating very well with each other. And that's the key to stitching long and very strong partnerships.
It's the perfect concoction to that long partnership, communication.
That shot that's pulled away. There is a fielder there for protection at deep mid. 3 singles of the first 3 balls.
Others, it's very easy runs that are coming. Hong Kong, China bowlers will have to really think out of the box
That's played on the leg side again. There's a slight fumble, a misfield, and to add insult to injury, the ball will go past the boundary. Runs are coming in very easy, you said. You cannot be giving them away like this.
Well, that is where you would want to see the reaction of Natasha Miles just when that misfield happened. Pretty much upset with the way things are going right now. And it was Shanazin Shahzada who was the fielder at the deep. Not a great sight for Hong Kong China at this moment. Bit of the change moving the short extra covers towards the short covers now. Kerry Chan, and she's trying to get that deep extra covers in place.
It's missed everybody. How? We will never know. They will scamper through for a single, but look like that ball was bowled in utter frustration over what happened the last delivery.
It was just bowled fuller with some bit of pace on it, but I'm just surprised what the batter wanted to play actually.
Steps down and attempted stumping. It will be a close call. Are they going upstairs? Yes, they will be. She did dance down the wicket. Good take from the keeper. Didn't take too long to dislodge the bails as well.
You know, just when Kerry Chan was thinking, that's the front foot which is looking okay. And there the batter is now way outside the crease, way outside the crease. The ball is in the hands of the wicketkeeper, but lovely work there. I think she's in. I think she's in.
Looks like the bat is in the air. She hasn't grounded the bat. We can still see the shadow here of the bat in the air. It will be a touch and go. Before the crease, the bat does touch the ground, but just when it's crossing the line, it is in the air. And just now it's made contact and the bails are already up.
We'll have to wait for the TV umpire to have a close look again.
And the red light goes off. It is out. That's a brilliant piece of stumping. And a much needed wicket for Hong Kong China. They were looking to manufacture that wicket. They were looking for where it would come from. And a silly mistake of trying to take the attack to the opposition brings about a wicket for Indonesia, where they lose their second. After 9, they're 58 for 2.
A good wicket there for Hong Kong China. Just when they were looking out to settle down things, it's a good one from Kerry Chan, and wonderful work behind the stumps actually by Yasmin Daswani, the wicket keeper. This is what you need to do. Wickets, wickets, and only wickets is the key.
Everything Yasmin Daswani has touched today has turned to gold for her and for Hong Kong China. Runs with the bat, inflicting wickets and wounds into the Indonesian lineup behind the stumps.
Well, Desi Bulandri, after getting 2 boundaries, 27 deliveries, she faced a good 22 runs that she's got.
They only need 50 more. Mariam Bibi will continue. She's been off radar just a little bit, and this is not what you want, especially after the wicket. In the last over, you need to be putting pressure on.
You said it right, Adarsh. There's something off with Mariam Bibi today. She's not the one who will bowl these many extras.
watchfully played. This is ideally where Mariam Bibi would like to be, making the batter play on the front foot, maybe changes of pace every now and then to confuse the batter. That's what her strengths are. That's a big shout. That is a big shout, and the umpire says it's out. The ball kept low, but stump to stump has worked in Mariam Bibi's favour.
The wicket-taking bowler strikes Mariam Bibi. As I told you earlier, she's not the one who will come and bowl extras and give easy runs, but she's the one who will always take wickets whenever you need it. And that has been the trend whenever, Natasha has been falling short of wickets, or if something is not going right, the immediate one that she calls on the bowling crease is Mariam Bibi, and she strikes.
What a celebration from Mariam Bibi. She is pumped. She knew that if she kept it on the stump line, there is a little bit of purchase, and on that length, just short of good length delivery where the ball's done a little bit. Sometimes it's skidded on, sometimes it's up there. Well, brings about a very, very successful wicket for Mariam Bibi, 59 for 3 Indonesia, and they will be taking a drinks break. Well, there will be change in the middle and a change in the commentary box when I welcome Dennis. Welcome back, Dennis. We've had a long break.
Yeah, thank you, Adash. And it's been interesting watching from the sidelines. I think at this stage, the game is evenly poised, set up nicely for a very good finish. Which way it's going to go, I don't have an answer right now.
Oh, that's a Yorker. How she got back to ball, we will never know. It will be a single. 2 new batters in the crease is exactly what Hong Kong China would have wanted.
Yeah,
they've somehow managed to crawl their way back in.
Yeah, that's what Hong Kong needs to be doing, because Indonesia have been slowly but surely chipping away at that total. There's not so many runs from here on, just about 48.
Captain on strike. Drives it in the air, finds the gap. Will Midoff get there? Yes, she will. Mariko Hill cleans up. It'll be a couple of runs, but a strong and a positive start to the captain.
Yeah, another captain's knock is what Indonesia would want from their captain. She's a quality player, but at least this time she has a platform, something to work with. She's not walking in it when the situation is in dire straits. This time there's a platform for her to build on.
That's again in the air. She wants to take the attack to the opposition. She's wanting to make her intentions very, very clear. It's great cricket all round.
Yeah, from what we could see here, I think Mariam Bibi has taken pace off the ball, and Patunanda, the captain, is yet to pick that up. She's going through the shot with hard hands.
Oh, that's a slight bit of away movement. She did try to drive that ball on the up, but a very successful over coming to an end. A big wicket in that. After 10, Indonesia are 62 for 3. Dennis, you said this is an evenly poised game. Just a couple of overs ago, it wasn't that Indonesia were running away with this. Hong Kong, China were looking and searching for that wicket. Ebbs and flows of T20 cricket, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very dynamic this game. And I was going to tell you at the same stage, Hong Kong, China were railing. They had lost 4 wickets and they only had 39 runs. So Indonesia for now are slightly ahead. And if they keep going like this, I think they will be able to close out the game even before the 20th over. The game, the play for Hong Kong, China is only very simple. You have to keep picking wickets. Again, for Hong Kong, China, my worry for them is that they don't have so many bowlers that can go around and rely on. They have to bowl a couple of overs with their part-timers, and I think Natasha Miles has been buying time so that her main bowlers can sort of pick the wickets, but they have not. Now it's advantage Indonesia if they're able to realize that there are a couple of bowlers that they're going to use, they can be able to milk for a lot more runs.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, Joylene Dhaliwal comes into the attack. An off spinner. Starts off with a low full toss, will be a single down to long on. But Indonesia throughout the innings, despite losing wickets, have been doing something very, very well, which is rotate strike. Take that single, let dot balls not get to you.
Yeah, very exactly. And from where I was watching, that's one of the comments. The fan noted that Indonesia sort of play like Thailand.
Misfield from the bowler. That's a strong shot. Long on will not be able to cut it off. That didn't look like it was going to be a boundary, but eventually does end up as a boundary.
Yeah, very poor there from Joylene. You need to do the fielding of your own bowling. She doesn't have a middle, a long off, and she just let the ball through, but struck very well, straight like an arrow. That should have been the work for the bowler to just keep that ball in, and once she missed it, there was really no chance for Marina to carry it off for the boundary. These are the bowlers I was talking about, that a couple of them can be easily put away.
This time she goes short and wide, an attempted cut shot. But the skipper Putunanda, she means business, Dennis.
And if Putunanda is able to realize that you can take down 2 overs very, very quickly, and you start getting that required rate under 30.
The required run rate is only just above 4. Again, a good shot. This time it doesn't look like she's chasing after the ball. Last over, a couple of deliveries she faced, she did that. But Putunanda seems to have come into her own. And that boundary would have made her feel so much more confident. That'll be another single.
Very, very healthy over already. They've been able to milk 6 runs from it. And that required rate now is about to creep into the 30s.
That's cut away straight to the fielder. Will end the over, the 11th with a dot ball. Another good over for Indonesia. They're going at 6.18 and they're at 68 for 3 after 11. Dennis, this is what has been the difference in multiple games this tournament and Indonesia playing today, where despite an early breakthrough, they lost their first wicket at 21. But they've been rotating strike and their current run rate is over 6 and over, which means they've not let pressure get to them.
No, they've just made sure that they stay with the required rate, despite the fact that they keep losing wickets. That's the advantage of even when you're chasing down a low total. Just make sure that you stay with the required run rate. But also, again, the partnerships really, for all the times we've seen Indonesia playing throughout this whole tournament. It's been the partnerships that have been bailing them out in situations when their backs have been against the rope. So I think that should be a lesson for all the other teams. For Hong Kong, apart from at the back end, they really just went through their innings without a big partnership carrying them forward.
Very rightly said. This is what yesterday Indonesia were missing. Another beautiful shot straight to the fielder. Putunanda's looking very, very good. Dennis, she means business.
Yeah, she has meant business throughout the whole tournament. She leads from the front, keep her batter for the side. It's a huge responsibility. But just to check what the play can be for Hong Kong China. Ikra Saha has bowled just 2 overs and gave away 7 runs. And Mai Wai has also bowled 2 overs, gave away 10. Miriam Bibi is going through her third. And those are sort of the go-to bowlers for Hong Kong China. If we're Natasha Miles, I would go to the casino right now and cash in all my chips.
Beautifully driven down the ground for a single. She's getting her bat down in time and she's playing with a straight bat, which is what great players do.
Yeah. Because if she's going to try and put in a couple of overs with the part-timers, just 2 overs will just can easily take the game away from them, and it will be very difficult to recover.
Absolutely. It will be so because now is the time you need to go for wickets and your best bowlers will eventually get you the wickets. Mariam Bibi did that. That's why she's persisting with her. Another beautiful drive. A slight fumble. Will they get through? Never run off a misfield. One of the basics of cricket.
Exactly, but rare mistake there from Mariko Hill. She's always very steady at mid-off. But like you've mentioned, that now it's a time for her to just go and cash out all her chips and then see what can happen.
Beautiful Yorker, quick run. Had there been a clean pickup, we could have seen something very, very different. And then to the 12th over with a single, Indonesia 70 for 3. And Dennis, the required run rate is gone up to 4.75. And the current run rate, the last over was a quiet one, has come down under 6.
Yeah, very, very quiet over and a good over. And that's what we've been talking about. That right now is the moment to stick with your go-to bowlers. Try and push the game as deep as possible. Take it all the way to the back end. At the back end, things can work different for both sides.
This was the stumping that we were talking about a little while ago. Yasmin behind the stump. What had actually happened there was she did try to slide the bat in. Just before the popping crease, the bat had grounded. But when she was sliding it in, it went up in the air. That was what Yasmin needed.
Yeah, the barest of margins getting a wicket, something out of nothing for Hong Kong China.
That's the wicket that changed the course of this game, and it made it evenly poised, like you said. Joylene continuing. Play of the back foot. She's trying to find that gap. These are loose deliveries that should have been put away.
Exactly, and that's what I've mentioned. Now they need to understand in the previous over we got only 3 runs. We need to maximize on this over and try and score at least more runs.
And this time she does find the gap that we were talking about one delivery ago. Pushes it off the back foot in front of square between the captain and their best fielder. And the ball races away to the boundary.
Yeah, if you could see Natasha Miles' hands on her hips, she's wondering what they could do to try and protect those boundaries. Wide off stump, a lot of room on the offside for Putunanda to free her arms. She's a quality batter and she'll always find that gap.
Mariam Bibi was very disappointed with that delivery. She just went to the bowler and said, if you have protection on the boundary, on the onside, why do you want to bowl it short and wide outside off stump?
Yeah.
Now they bring about a change in the field.
Yeah, exactly. She was very, very disappointed because they're wondering all your protection is on the onside.
They will take the single. This is intelligent batting. And this is where Hong Kong China slowly but steadily losing the plot because the last over was a pressure building over. That delivery, that boundary was a pressure releasing shot that shouldn't have been given away. Another wide, again, this time wider outside the off stump.
Yeah, now already it's gone back to 6 runs, yet the previous over only had 3 runs. So I kept mentioning that in this situation right now, for you to create an opportunity for yourself, you need to go back to your best.
Steps down the wicket, puts it in the gap. There was a little aerial, but they will come back for two. This is turning out to be a very, very expensive over from Joylene.
Yeah, very good intelligence from Indonesia. They've also realized, I think, that they need to milk a lot more from this over. They've already gotten 8 runs with 1 ball to come.
Dennis, you said that try to use and maximize the part-time spinner. I think that's exactly what they've done. They will scamper through off the misfield. This time it is the captain. She will be extremely disappointed with herself. Another big over comes to an end after 13. Indonesia are 80 for 3 and they only need 28 more runs. They're inching very, very close to victory.
Yeah, advantage Indonesia right now. They're starting to make sure that they see that final bend. Last 2 overs, they were able to get 12 runs, but of those 12, 9 came from the previous over. So you sort of understand how the math is working. Natasha needs 2 bowlers who can put pressure from both ends.
Absolutely. You said try and milk the one that potentially would leak away runs. And they've done exactly that. Mariam Bibi to continue. That's played away on the offside. Very well done on the inner ring. Will be another single to backward point.
Why may the fielder in question? I've seen Ikra Saha warming up. I don't know if she's doing a few stretches. I'm thinking that they're going to deploy her from the Golden Hope end. Because they need something. They need some inspiration. 2 quick wickets can change things for Hong Kong, China.
Absolutely. But ideally, she should have been the one bowling the previous over. Because the first over that Joylene bowled was also a little expensive. She gave away about 7-8 runs. And when you know that your bowler is not finding her mark, get on your best bowler, ideally. Another very nice shot.
I think the advantage that we have from our vantage point is that there's no pressure on us at all. But for the players who are out there in the middle, you're making decisions in the moment. There are a lot of things. There are so many moving parts that you have to deal with. So
she strayed off line earlier in her spell. Does it again this time? Will that be a wide? Yes, the umpire will stretch her arms. That's 2 runs. Very easily given away.
I think you need to give a big shout out to the wicketkeeper. If she hadn't put in a strong hand, I think that ball was going to race away to the boundary.
Yeah, and guess who she is? It's Yasmin Daswani. That's a good comeback delivery. This is exactly where they need to be. Simple cricket, basic cricket.
Pressure from both ends. But yeah, but big shout out to Yasmin Daswani. She's been better than insurance in this tournament. She's been solid throughout. You can imagine her only dismissal is a run out, which was really none of her undoing.
That's another wild delivery. Again, credit to Yasmin Daswani to be able to put hand to ball there.
Yeah, she's losing the plot. Miriam Bibi. I think she's just trying to get a slower ball into the pads.
Well, there'll be a lot of learning lessons for Natasha Miles and the Indonesian and the Hong Kong Chinese team, sorry. They've been brilliant throughout the tournament. That's in the air. There is only a fielder at deep cover. They look for a second, but a strong return will forbid that.
Yeah, I think for Hong Kong, China throughout the whole tournament, their play has been the number of runs on board. They don't have the strongest of bowling lineups, which Indonesia has. So remember in the game against Bhutan really put them to the sword. They eventually got over the line, but 133 was not a very small total, not a very big total for them to work with.
That's played away off the back foot. That's how comfortable these batters have gotten. They can spot and eye the ball so clearly.
So they always needed to work with a very big number for their bowling to make sure it can get them over the line.
And most often than not, it has been Yasmin Daswani to be able to put that number on the board. Driven away beautifully, straight to the captain. You can't be hitting straight to the fielder and taking singles like that. That was a very strong shot. Nevertheless, after 14 overs, Indonesia are 87 for 3.
Adish, I'll tell you, I think you can already see the difference in the game. It really has been the partnership. So Indonesia, opening partnership, what 21, second wicket partnership, what 37, and then just the one run between the third wicket partnership. And now this current partnership is worth at least 28.
But they've been absolutely brilliant. Their communication has been very clear. Their intent was very clear from ball one. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and something that they weren't able to do yesterday. They've gone back to the drawing board. They've corrected their mistakes and come back. Correction, analyzing, reflection is okay, but execution is what counts, and they've done that really well today. Carry Chan to continue. Making minor adjustments to the field. She's put that in the gap. Will come back for 2 runs. Now runs are coming in very easily. Less than 20 needed for victory for Indonesia.
Yeah, it's exactly 20. And I feel that Hong Kong, these are 2 set batters. They're finding the gaps very easily. They are too open. It will be easy for them to keep picking up the ones. So you try and get a bit tighter. Ask the batters to take more risks. But if it continues like this, they'll easily get to the end without any trouble.
Slightly fuller delivery. Carry Chan is pumped up.
Yeah, Adash, just to take you back to what you mentioned, I think yesterday Thailand were only challenged. I mean, Indonesia were challenged by the Thai bowlers. Very, very good bowling unit.
This time straight to the fielder. An opportunity for a run out. Do they get it? That will be touch and go. The umpire does go up.
Yeah, in this case, that's totally unacceptable from the fielder, Jolene. They cannot take a run off a ball that is struck right in front of you. Sometimes the fielding is what can create those opportunities. That should have been a run out, but in my opinion, I think the bat has got on the other end.
Oh yeah, she's definitely in, comfortably in. But this is an incident that's happened more than twice already. Even in the last over, we saw the ball being hit to the captain, Natasha Miles, straight. And they were able to take an easy single off of that.
Yeah, probably it's just a sign that maybe Hong Kong, China have sort of given up. The body language not very good, and you can see the green light coming on, meaning she's still safe. Because now those are 2 opportunities they've missed to take out set batters for them. And the more they stay in there, the more they grow into the game, the easier things become.
And they can also spot the fact that Hong Kong, China are not really up to the mark on the field. They would want to take advantage of that and keep showing and saying to Natasha Miles personally that, hey, you know what, your team is slightly down and out and I'm going to take advantage of it. And that will be very, very prickly.
Yeah, the mileage in the legs for the 2 batters now working for them. The partnership already 30 runs. And you feel that from here on, Indonesia are in control of this run chase.
Short ball, pulled away, straight to deep mid-wicket. They're striking this cleanly now.
You can see now even Curry wasn't interested in fetching the ball. I think she's just thinking, I need to go through my spell and get done with it.
But that should not be ideally the body language when you're playing a very important game. You're still representing your side. It's driven straight to the captain. No misfields this time.
Mentioned that the thing is when you're out there in the middle, you sort of look at it and you're thinking that
She lobbed that ball up in the air, inviting the batter to hit it. Will only be a single. Carrie Chan completes another over. Her spell is done. 2 for 24 for her after 15. Indonesia are 92 for 3. And there will be change in commentary.
tossed up in the air. That was the run-out opportunity. Took her time to throw the ball, Jolene. And the throw also was very, very quick, very, very weak for Curry to make to effect the run-out. The situation now is 92 for 3 after 15 overs. And Shahid rejoins me.
Well, Indonesia pretty much in control of the game. They've lost 3 wickets, but it's a good comeback, especially these two out there. The skipper, again, batting with a lot of responsibility. Well, she has been the best batter for Indonesia throughout this ACC Premier Cup. And she does it once again, batting on 15 of 17.
Yeah, certainly. The captain has led from the front.
Alison Siu coming back. Starts off with a dot ball. Well, Dennis, just 16 runs required. What could be going at the back of their mind? I mean, Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, I think for Hong Kong, China, unless disaster strikes, this is advantage Indonesia. Indonesia just need to make sure they manage the game very, very well. Don't try and score the runs in the final, the winning runs in the final over.
That's beautifully struck. Once again, just a single, but a good-looking shot. That ball was screaming to that boundary.
Yeah, good work from the fielder in the deep. So for Indonesia, they just need to make sure that by the time they get to the 18th over, at least the required rate is under single-digit figures. Otherwise, if you buy yourselves too much time, then you create some very unnecessary pressure for you at the back end.
Yes, absolutely. I don't see any necessity for them to take this game deeper. There are plenty of wickets in hand. Slightly aerial. Oh, well fielded. Carrie Chan is one of the best fielders in the Hong Kong China setup.
I remind you, Shahidu, where we come from, wickets in hand is not runs in hand. So those are two different things. Yeah, Mariam Bibi has been struggling ever since she bowled her final over. And this time, I think she can't take it anymore. It's very, very hard work for the fielders playing in these conditions, hot and humid.
Yes, and also the fact that this Hong Kong China team has been in Malaysia for quite some time. Initially, they played the Asian Games qualifiers, so it was long matches there, back to back. And within a matter of few days, they started off the campaign with the ACC Premier Cup as well. So long time here for Hong Kong China side. But I think they've dealt with it pretty well. These are hot and humid conditions in Malaysia.
No, I think they've done a brilliant job when you give that context, because I can imagine keeping a unit of 14 players very fit for all those games. And T20 might be a short game, but T20 is such a very, very intense game. Sometimes I would rather play the 50 overs than the T20 games.
Well, Mariam Bibi has been taken out. We hope that she will recover soon and nothing too serious. But she has been amazing through this tournament.
No, she's been fantastic. And she was just struggling to get through that final over that she bowled. I don't think it's that serious, something that an ice bath cannot deal with. So we hope that she'll be very, very okay.
It's 93 for 3. Here comes Alison Siu. Well bowled. Right on the money, right on the stumps. I think that's a good ploy to attack the stumps.
No, that has to be the plan. Bowl wicket to wicket. She has long on and long off already in place.
And you can see the short mid wicket is pretty straight. So probably just trying to stop the single on that on drive. That's a good delivery right up there in the block hole. And they'll get through for a single, good running, good awareness as well.
Now the thinking is on Indonesia's part, they're wondering, they can see the finishing line, but they are wondering, how do we get these final 14 runs?
Well, they have done the hard work. It's just 14 runs remaining, 7 wickets in hand. It should not be a difficult task unless they make it difficult for themselves. That's driven beautifully once again. Another single. What a partnership here.
And Shahidu, I think oftentimes players make simple things seem very, very difficult. When you're out in there in the middle, players always think it's now 13 runs required, but they'll be thinking it's 13 of 4 overs instead of thinking that it's 13 of as many as 24 balls. So it's just understanding the situation and making sure you don't panic.
It's absolutely. I think it all depends on how you look into things and how you execute your plans. It's just 13 runs required. And what a journey for Indonesia. They've just made their debut as a team in 2019. And now one of the growing forces in this region.
Yeah, certainly. I think Japan and Indonesia, some of the teams that have put the rest of the world on notice about how much effort they put into the development of the game in their respective countries.
Marina Lamplau coming back. Oh, well run. Again, excellent running between the wickets. It was Dorothea Chan, the fielder on that occasion. She came in as a replacement. What a good shot. Again, almost took off her partner on the other end.
Yeah, almost took out the non-striker on the other end. I thought she had struck it well enough to just go down the ground and pick a boundary. But now the batters probably thinking that they need a boundary to sort of release the pressure.
Good use of the feet. Again goes aerial. Oh, slight fumble there from Mariko Hill, resulting in an extra run. Again, pushing the fielders. Indonesia, they're right on your face. We have seen similar kind of cricket from Thailand, but today Indonesia has been doing the same.
Yeah, I think the batters were comfortable with the one, but Mariko Hill was very, very casual in that approach. And when she missed the ball, they realized it's an opportunity for a double.
The umpire is checking the ball, probably took some damage.
Indonesia have also come in this tournament and shown that they're not ranked 20th in the world by mistake. They pushed the envelope very, very far, and now they look set to finish in 3rd place.
We're all good. Comes the 4th delivery. Again, good use of the feed, and she takes it. What a take. Well, that came out of nowhere. And a moment of brilliance from Marina Lamplau. Cotton bowled.
Yeah, that's the advantage for Marina. She's such a very good fielder. And that's what you want, especially of the slow bowling options. Every time the ball is struck at her, she's always putting in an effort. And this time, her commitment gets Hong Kong China a wicket, buying themselves some more time in this game. But a very good 40-run partnership. You can see that on the replay again. Good use of the feet, but it struck straight back to the fielder, to the bowler. And Marina does a good job in taking a very difficult return catch to get the 4th wicket for Hong Kong China. Indonesia 99 for 4, but Shahidu, a 40-run partnership between Kadek and Putu Nandu, I think has done the job for Indonesia right now.
Yes, absolutely. I think that partnership was really the deal breaker here.
And the skipper still out there, Nanda. And now she'll be joined by the new batter, Putri Suwan Devi. Well, she can bat as well. The opening bowler bowls with the new ball. We have seen her very impressive today as well. Picked up wickets with the new ball. And now she has a job to do with the bat and starts well. Gets off the mark straight away. Good looking shot. And that's the 100 up as well for Indonesia. Yeah, the 100 comes up for Indonesia. Now they need only 8 runs for them to take down Hong Kong, China. Well, Dennis, it could be a matter of 2 deliveries, 2 boundaries, and you're home. Oh, that was close. Completely missed the ball. Was in the slot there for the hitting, and Putu, I think her eyes lit up, but she didn't get any connection. And after 17 overs, 104 Indonesia. Only 8 runs for them to win this game, the 3rd and 4th playoff final. The curtain riser for the main event that's coming up in the afternoon, where UAE will be taking on Thailand in the final of this ACC Women's Premier Cup in Malaysia. Alison Siu will continue. Again, the ball just stopping onto her, but a little too late for all this. I think it's just a matter of time now. Yeah, certainly. There were a couple of 2 hours when we were talking about it. A couple of 2 overs where I think they got the plan wrong. Natasha Miles, and that sort of released the pressure for Indonesia. Yes, I think they have missed a trick in the field. Beautifully driven once again. Good looking shot. They're pushing the fielder. Well, no second run there. But yes, I think the fielding has not been up to the mark, especially ground fielding. Yeah, no, it has been poor. It hasn't been to the mark, especially when you're defending a very small total. Indonesia, credit to them for what they did is just to bat in those partnerships. That's heaved away on the onside. Well, a good throw there from Kerry Chan. Indonesia have just had those partnerships that have moved them along and moved them into good places. That 40-run partnership between the captain and Nadek was really the last one that put the nail in the coffin for Hong Kong, China. I think it has just been a wonderful display of batting from Indonesia. They have approached this innings with a lot of calmness and composure as well. Just lost 4 wickets. And they have been in control throughout this innings. Right from the first wicket, we had some good partnerships as well. That's aerial and over the infield. Mariko Hill. Well, she couldn't stop the second. 2 more runs. Now, very good running. The second was on at the moment. The ball was very well placed. It was never going to be a chance for the fielders to carry it off before they can pick up a double. To make a good point, it's just that in Hong Kong, China never got the partnerships that could get them ahead. Every time they tried to get going, they just lost a wicket. They just had one good partnership towards the net. 49 runs. Between Mariam Bibi and Yasmin. Again, lofted shot for a single that will end the over. 105 for 4. A good spell of bowling from Alison Siu. She's completed her 4 overs, 18 runs. Decent stuff. Yeah, very good stuff. Just feel for them that they just never had the runs to work with, so it was difficult. But also credit to Indonesia. I think they had clarity when they came out in the ranches. They realized they need just about 5 runs every over, so there was no need of going big or trying to hoik balls. They just kept milking the bowlers, could comfortably get 6 runs without taking any big risks. and that's what has gotten them to this stage.
Change in bowling. Ikra Sahar coming back into the attack. Again, Ariel beats Natasha at covers. Again, good backup there from Mariko Hill.
Yeah, and there was a chance, an opportunity for a double, but I think she wants to leave that responsibility to the captain, who has been there for a very long time. Utunanda on the other end was interested in coming back for a second.
Well, just 2 runs away. The last 2 occasions Indonesia won their games, it was the captain who took that last run. It could be the same today as well. She's on strike. Just 2 more runs needed. And she went for it. Oh, she wanted to do the same once again.
Yeah, I think she was looking at finishing in style. Risky. For the first time I've seen her playing a shot out of anger.
Yeah, for the first time we have seen her losing her shape on that shot. The head just moving all over the place. Usually she's very steady. There she goes, lofted, a pull shot. And they might be going for the second. And she has done it. That's it for Indonesia. They are home. And they will secure that 3rd position. What a win. Big win, in fact. 6 wickets.
He had a big win, a 6-wicket win for Indonesia. And like we mentioned, Shahidu, the captain, is always the one to hit the winning runs. And Nimed made sure that the captain comes back for a second so that they can complete the result. But a 6-wicket win for Indonesia will mean that they finish in 3rd place. And Hong Kong, China, just not enough runs for them today to try and make sure that they finish in 3rd. The consolation for them is that they finish 4th. But both teams have already made it into the Asia Cup main event. And that's the reward they both get. This has been just formalities for who will finish 3rd and 4th. And Indonesia will be the team that finish in 3rd position. Just looking at the batting scorecard for Indonesia, very, very good batting scorecard. Good partnerships have gotten them to the end. And the captain has been there to make sure they finish off the job. 20 not out for her. But there were contributions as well from Ratna, 20. And Radhalani, who got 19. And also at the top of the order, Desi, always very aggressive at the top. She was able to get 22. As Indonesia make sure they finish the job very, very well. For the bowling for Hong Kong, 2 wickets for Kariyin, 2 for 24, and a wicket for Marina, 1 for 15, and Miriam Bibi, 1 for 21 as well. But they bowled as many as 13 extras. Maybe they will look at that number and try and think that if they had bowled less than that, they could have had some more work to do at the back end and push the game all the way to the end. But what happened? Indonesia will be the team that get the result. They win this 3rd and 4th playoff final by 6 wickets, and they will be the happier team for now. For Hong Kong, China, they will have some soul searching to do when they go back home. But again, they will also go back home with some rewards because they were able to qualify for the Asia Cup main event. Don't go away because very, very shortly, Adesh will be coming to you with the post-match presentation with the captains and the player of the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation here at the BAYUEMAS Oval. This was the third place playoff between Indonesia and Hong Kong, China, and it was Indonesia that eventually won this contest. And to be able to present the Player of the Match award, may I please invite Mr. Faisal, President of Maldives Cricket, and the Player of the Match. We've had a couple of very, very good performances. Swan Devi with a couple of wickets, Radha Rani with a couple of wickets, and Yasmin Daswani with a brilliant half century. But because on the winning side, we would have Swan Devi to come and pick up the Player of the Match award. A quick word with you, please. Fantastic game of cricket. You've done really, really well. How do you feel?
I feel happy, also relief. Finally, we give everything that we have, and I'm so happy I can contribute more to the team. And tomorrow holiday.
Brilliant. You deserve all the rest. You played really well. What are the positives that you as a team will take from here on?
Because we don't have not yet have a turf ground, so this is a great chance us to learn how to bat in the turf and with the ground, how to dive, how to field very tight like that.
You should be very, very proud of yourself. Fantastic work. All the very best for the future games.
Absolutely, thank you.
Well, that was the Player of the Match. She's had a fantastic performance. Before we have a quick word with the captains, may I please appreciate all the match officials and the match referees. They will come up here. Mr. Faisal will again present them with their tokens of mementos. Please, sir. I will call upon the match officials. First, the match referees. Supriya Rani Das from Bangladesh. Shivani Mishra from India. And the umpires, Ankita Guha from India. Humaira Imtiaz from Pakistan. Sun Myangyo from China. Noor Hijra from Malaysia. And Afia Huma from Pakistan. Without these officials, this tournament wouldn't have been possible. They've done a brilliant job. It's been hot, it's been humid. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, sir. I'd like to call the losing captain for a quick chat. Natasha, tough luck. You've had a fantastic tournament up until now. This would be a very hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, I think we just probably lost a little bit of steam towards the end of the tournament there. Yeah, not much else to say.
You did have a slightly stuttered start today, but did come back and finish on a very good note. A quick word on Yasmin.
Yeah, super innings there to keep the game together. The openers bowled superbly for Indonesia, and got 2-3 quick wickets there. But for her to hold the innings and stick it through and bat the 20 overs, that's what we needed to put a score on the board and try and defend that.
Just a quick word on how hot it's been. The tournament, you've had very quick turnarounds. It must not be easy.
Yeah, I think we're all from the subcontinent or this kind of area, so you're kind of used to the heat and the humidity. So it hasn't been too bad, but for sure, yeah, it takes a toll on the body. So we always make sure that we rest, recover properly, ice baths, and make sure all our recovery and priming is done before the game to get us in the best shape.
Brilliant. You've had a fantastic tournament. Go very well. Rest well.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Looking forward to the holiday.
Well, that was Natasha Miles, the captain of Hong Kong, China. And for the last conversation of the afternoon, may I please invite Nanda Sakarini, the captain of Indonesia, the victorious captain. 2 wins. A great way to finish the tournament for you.
Yeah, it's a great tournament for us. So we learned a lot in this tournament. So we will work hard for the weakness of us, and then we're looking forward for the Asia Cup.
Brilliant. Just introduced as a full-fledged side in 2019. The way that you've come up, it's only been 7 years, and the growth that you see, how proud would everybody be back home?
Of course, we are already proud of our achievement now, and this is the dream of all of us, and we will work hard for it.
Brilliant. You've done very, very well this entire tournament. You've given us so much pleasure. Thank you very much for doing and playing the cricket that you've done. All the very best. Go well.
Thank you very much.
That concludes the presentation here at the BAYUEMAS Oval. Stay tuned. We have a big finale coming up in just a couple of hours.